What's up guys, it's Bandile here. I'm going to be talking about my 6 months ownership review of the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. I wanted to buy a car in June, right? June, July, but then I wasn't sure which car to buy. I was looking at a Polo Life, the 2024 model, and I was looking at this car. To my surprise, when I arrived at the dealer, or rather the expectation that I had was that the Polo would be reasonably affordable, like 5,500 rand, because that's what it showed on their thingy, on their catalog. They said that it starts at 5,500 rand. I then applied for finance, went to the dealer, and they told me that unfortunately, because of 17% that's being charged by the bank of interest, I will be paying a minimum of 6,300 rand per month for the car. So I decided, let me not buy this thing. Let me not get this thing. And luckily there was this car next to it. I looked at the interior. I liked everything I saw about it. I liked everything about it, and I decided, let me just buy this car. And I never looked back ever since. Ever wanted it yet, and it has been treating me really, really well. Gear selections are okay, but then at low speeds, it's sort of Jake Hassan, who's not a car enthusiast, will take note of. In terms of that, it definitely doesn't do my heart, but it's a good. And many of the things that I didn't like about the car were the tech stuff, the things you find inside the car. Just listen to what I had to say again. For example, if you're playing music, I'm gonna try to play music. I don't know about the copyright associated with this, but okay, let me not play the music because I don't know. Maybe YouTube will remove this video. So what happens is if you play music on this car and it's on, let me switch it on. When you open your door, the music won't switch off. Fine. Now you continue playing your music and you switch the car off. Once you open the door, the music and the screen will switch off automatically. It assumes that you are leaving the car. I hate that. So what you need to do after switching the car off, before you open the door, you need to press here on the thingy, on the start stop button. 1, 2, without pressing the clutch, because remember, when you press the clutch, when you put your foot on the clutch and also press there, the car will start. You are essentially starting the engine. So take your foot off the clutch and press twice here, and you've just switched on the electronics of the car. Now when you open the door, nothing is going to happen. The music will still continue to play. That's one of the things I hate about this car. I hate that. There's also another thing here that I do not know what to make of, but let's try it out. So if you put your car on the steering of your car, let's go to auxiliary drive. Put the steering of your car on sport mode. What's going to happen is that the steering will become firm. That's fine. That's expected. The car's steering wheel is becoming more responsive. That's what you would expect even on a premium car. That's how sports cars ought to drive. But what happens is that now your accelerator pedal also becomes firm. So if you have gotten accustomed to the car having a soft pedal for the past months you've been driving it on comfort, all of a sudden you have to relearn. You have to relearn the clutch, the bite point of the car, because now you are applying a different pressure on your accelerator pedal as you release your clutch. Yeah, that's also another thing. Lots of fuel. So I'm currently at the airport waiting for my girlfriend, and how far is this place? I think it's 1 hour away from where I live in Wellington. I've been averaging 8 liters to the 100, and sometimes 9.2 liters to the 100 on this car. There were times where I was averaging 7.5 liters to the 100, which is the claimed fuel consumption figure, but mostly you're probably going to be averaging 8.3, 8.4, and even 9.2 when it's very hot outside. If you know why a car will consume more fuel when it's hot, you can please tell us in the comment section why that is happening, why that is the case, because And sometimes, if I'm gonna be honest here on this one, sometimes I would have like 9.1 liters to the 100 when I've switched on my aircon, because it's very hot here in Cape Town, especially in Jan and December and Feb. So that's why I kept my my aircon on. So when my aircon is on, my car will average 9.1 liters sometimes, and when it's off, it can even like go as low as 6.9. I've only seen 6.7 once on this car, like once. Yeah, and I think it kind of does. But the problem is, if you drive this car, then you go and drive a Toyota, even a Toyota Corolla or Rumion, you'll find that it's actually much more pleasant to change gears in a Toyota than on this car. But at the same time, you will feel like the gear shift on a Toyota it feels cheap. I don't know. And another issue with the car is Apple CarPlay. So when you switch on your Apple CarPlay and you go play music, if you want to take a video while music is playing, music will stop, and here a recording icon will pop up. It will pop up here when you're recording. I really hate that. It's as though the car is trying to listen to you by switching off the music, and I think that's actually what is happening. It makes sense, but I wish it had the same feature of a phone, where a phone will continue playing music while you are talking over the currently playing song. Okay, so guys, it's been 6 months owning this car, and I must say I love each and every bit of it. But honestly, there's no but here. If you enjoy this car, buy it too. Oh, another feature that I like about this car, you know, most when you've just bought a car, you need to land, maybe spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get like you need to land its bike point. So when I was still landing its bike point, which took about 5 minutes by the way, when I'm on a hill, I would press this button here. Look at this button. This is known as the auto hold button, and it's very, very useful, trust me. So basically how this works is, let's say you're on a hill, you know very well that when you lift your foot off the clutch and the brake, the car will then roll back, you know. But what you would normally do is you would instantaneously apply some power on the accelerator while the car is slowing. It is trying to roll back, and thus preventing it from rolling back. So with a new car, it might take a bit of getting used to do that effectively without the car ever rolling back. So instead, you would just press this button, the auto hold button, and it would momentarily hold the car for you while you're lifting your foot off the clutch and applying it on the accelerator. And that's one of the best features ever included on a motor car, and it's going to be very useful, especially if you're a new driver. You definitely need this feature, but I hardly ever use it because it took me a few minutes to get the hang of the clutch balancing aspect of the car. It's 2025 and my girlfriend wants to buy a car. This is what she had to say when I asked which car she wants. Which car do you want to buy? Taking into consideration that you are paying almost more than 5,000 rand on rent expense.
Yeah, I think what I can afford at the moment is the Suzuki Baleno. So it's been my number one for the past 6 months.
It's a good car. Musi Sambo has been advocating for that car for a very long time.
Yes.
He should become an ambassador.
Yes.
He owns one.
Definitely.
And guys, make sure that you tune in to Musi Sambo. He's a very good, he has a very good YouTube channel. He actually motivated in some way, without even knowing, to start doing car reviews as well. I'm a car enthusiast myself, and I aspire to be like him. Check Mr. How Much as well.
There's Chery.
There was a thingy, what is this? We did in our school. So so we had no choice but to keep on putting. Oh, let's actually get, there was Irali in our school. Oh, a Debbie. So we had to go around advertising it. And that involved a lot of hooting around the streets. As a result, my hood just stopped working.
Ooh.
It stopped working. So I think I'm going to have to go to Chery Tiggo,
Yeah.
see if they can help. And it's probably going to be very expensive.
How big do you think it can be?
I'm not sure. Maybe 600.
Rough estimate. Oh,
I could be way off by
yeah.
much cheaper.
Yes.
I'm just giving a realistic figure because now everything that has to do with fixing the tires and
Bye. Yeah.
Well, that's all for today, guys. If you like this video, please leave a like. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're alerted whenever I post a video on YouTube. I've been Vanille, and you've been good to me. Sure.